Pokemon started in Japan in 1996 and has become a global phenomenon. Today, we will explore how Pokemon culture has invaded and integrated into the US, using core concepts like hybridization and globalization, and how these terms relate to how Pokemon has completely taken over American culture and cultures all over the world. Pokemon was created by Nintendo, Game Freak, and Creatures. What started as a video game evolved into a franchise, including TV shows, trading cards, toys, and movies. Pokemon was a hit as soon as it hit the Japan market in 1996. In this slide, we will talk about homogenization. Homogenization is seen in how Pokemon products maintain a constant design across the globe. In the US, Pokemon cards, games, and shows look nearly identical to their Japanese counterparts. This is the same in various cultures across the world. This keeps the Japanese roots of the cards intact. In this slide, we will talk about hybridization. Hybridization occurs when Pokemon adapts to American culture. For example, Pokemon games incorporate both Japanese aesthetics and American storytelling elements. This blending helps the franchise resonate with diverse audiences and different cultures. Incorporation is visible in how Americans embraced Pokemon cards. While originally Japanese, the trading card game is played in the US in much the same way as in Japan. This demonstrates how cultural products can retain their essence while spreading across global cultures. An isoformic view assumes Pokemon culture in Japan is the same everywhere else. In reality, Pokemon fandom differs, with American fans focusing more on collecting cards than playing. This highlights the diversity within global fan communities and how different cultures can impact how different people play the game. Media snapshots of Pokemon culture can oversimplify its complexity. For instance, the Pokemon anime might suggest it's only for kids, but the fan base includes people of all ages. Such snapshots fail to capture the depth and reach of Pokemon culture. This picture shows an elderly man playing Pokemon Go with as many phones as he possibly can. Global flows are evident in Pokemon's success. From Japanese developers to American retailers and global consumers, Pokemon products represent the movement of ideas, media, and goods worldwide. These flows demonstrate the interconnectedness of today's world. An anthropological perspective examines how Pokemon influences culture. For example, researchers could study how American kids trade Pokemon cards differently from Japanese children. These differences reveal how cultures adapt shared practices. Pokemon thrives under global capitalism. Companies like Nintendo profit from products sold worldwide. This includes video games, plush toys, and movies in the US. This success shows the power of international markets in shaping a cultural phenomena. Globalization has helped Pokemon become a US staple. The interconnectedness of media platforms like Netflix and YouTube allows American audiences to access Pokemon shows instantly. This instant access accelerates cultural change and allows for the culture to grow more across global borders. The Pokemon TV series became a major hit in the US, introducing characters like Pikachu and Ash. Its success highlights cultural homogenization as the series mirrors the Japanese original. The familiar storyline, showing friendship and overcoming challenges, appeals to audiences across cultures. The mobile game Pokemon Go brought hybridization to life. Mixing Japanese game design with American augmented reality technology, millions of Americans played the game upon its release. It even encouraged social interaction through gameplay. It also even encouraged physical activity, as the game required you to move around the real world as opposed to other games where you would just sit in front of a computer. The Pokemon trading card game is an example of incorporation. American players embraced the original Japanese rules while adding their own competitive culture. Tournaments and card collecting communities continue to thrive across the US. This global flow has allowed a new element into the game of Pokemon. All the Pokemon merchandise in the US reflects the huge effect Pokemon has on American pop culture as a whole. American stores are filled with Pokemon-themed products, from lunchboxes to clothing to backpacks. These items have become huge symbols of pop culture and one of the biggest symbols in pop culture in America. Not all Americans welcomed Pokemon. In the early 2000s, some parents and schools resisted it, claiming it was a social distraction or contrary to their values. Despite this, Pokemon continued to thrive through its devoted fan base and the continued release of new products in the US. Despite resistance, Pokemon became a cultural icon in the US. It influenced language, pop culture, and even fashion, with many fans embracing Pokemon-themed outfits. Without a doubt, this brand has cemented its place in American culture forever. Not only has it cemented its place in American culture, it is one of the biggest things to come from pop culture in America. Localization also played a critical role in Pokemon's success in the US. For example, some Pokemon names were changed from the original Japanese versions to English names, such as Bulbasaur. Also, they changed certain Japanese foods in the anime, such as switching things to jelly donuts. The dialogue and humor were also rewritten to better align with American culture and normalities. Even decades later, Pokemon remains popular in the US. The franchise continues to evolve, introducing new games, TV episodes, and trends that capture new generations. It stands as a testament to the power of global cultural exchange, even through forms of this media such as video games or movies. Pokemon's journey into the US is a story of globalization, cultural exchange, and adaptation. Its success shows how a unique cultural product can cross borders and become a global icon. Pokemon proves that culture can both connect and inspire people worldwide.